So in this video, I'm going to kind of walk you guys through how to build a great mindset. Now, just keep this in mind. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not licensed in any medical practices or anything. I've never studied this stuff. I've barely ever read any books on it. There's probably much better advice out there somewhere, but this is just coming from my own personal experience, okay? So this is what works for me, but again, if you feel like this isn't gonna work for you, then go out there and find some books or something like that. So the mindset that we're trying to build is a growth mindset. It's a strong mindset. It's a mindset that does not have any limiting beliefs. So it's something that says, okay, I can learn, I can do this, I can become like these people that I see on the internet. So that's the growth aspect of it. Then you wanna have a strong portion of it. So when you do fail, you don't wanna be like, okay, I just give up and I can't do this, I'm too stupid, I'm just gonna go find something else. Like, no, you have to have that mindset where you say, no, failure is part of the process. I can do this. Everybody fails. This is normal. This is something I'm learning from this mistake and I'm going to keep moving forward. So how do we go about building something like that? So for me personally, this is what I would do. First of all, I would practice by setting very, very small goals and accomplishing those goals. And those can be anything. That could be getting out of bed at 9 a.m. That could be working on your business for 5 minutes. That can be doing 10 minutes of undisturbed work. Just setting very, very small goals and accomplishing them, because when you do accomplish them, it's going to make you feel good because you did it, and then you're going to want to get that feeling again. And I think that's the first very small step in the right direction. Now, I'm putting this in here because I get a lot of DMs of people saying, hey bro, I'm not motivated. How do I get motivated? I find that absolutely ridiculous because you should have like unlimited amounts of motivation. Like, why are you even DMing me in the first place? Why do you want to make money? Why do you want to start an online business? Why do you want to do anything that you're doing? If you're not even motivated to be doing the things that you're doing, like, it makes no sense. Why are you doing them? You need to have that reason. So anyway, that kind of leads into my next thing, which is spend time with yourself inside your own mind and dig really deep into why you are doing the things that you are doing. Try to get to the true bottom of the answer. And if you spend a lot of time with yourself, I guarantee you that the answer will surprise you. I guarantee you that the answer will be very simple. And I guarantee you it's something that a lot of the time you're kind of hiding from yourself or kind of keeping from yourself, like the true reason. Like the true reason why you want to make money is not just because you want to have a Lamborghini, but the true reason might be because you were left out in high school and you felt alone, or you were not loved by your parents and you want to prove them wrong. Like, it might be something painful like that, like some therapy stuff. But my point is you have to dig really, really deep and find out the true reasons of your motivations, because that is ultimately where you're going to have to source all of this motivation from. So that is something that I would also do. Now, the next thing I would do is I would follow closely and pay attention to people that are in the position that you want to be in, or that have the knowledge or skill that you want to have, and pay very, very close attention to their mindset and how they think about things. If you are around this person, spend 0 time speaking. Don't speak, just listen. Maybe ask them one question and listen, and try to analyze and pay attention to what they think about something, and try to figure out why they think that about that thing, and try to understand how their brain works. Basically, if you comprehend how they think about something, you can basically install that program in your own mind, or think about it yourself and maybe come up with a different way, like your own way to do it. But you can think about it in the same way that they do, and that might help you develop a stronger mindset. Now, the last thing I have here is read books on mindset. I don't really do this. I have not read any books on mindset. I've read books on other things, and they've been extremely helpful. So I can only imagine that a book on mindset would be very helpful on mindset. You're probably going to learn 1,000,000 times more than you did in this video. But I have no books to recommend you. So I'm sure if you go on Amazon and you look up mindset books, you'll find reviews, and you can pick one and then just, read through that book and highlight things that stand out to you. And when you're done, go back and go through all the things that you highlight and petrify them in your mind, so that you can really use them in your life. So that's the last piece of advice I would have. Practice, be around the right people, and get some information from some books, and I think you'll be in good shape. what's up guys? So in this video, I have 4 things I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about limiting beliefs. I want to talk to you about focusing on the boring work. I want to talk to you about not lagging, and I want to talk to you about accountability. All right, so first, limiting beliefs. A limiting belief is basically holding a belief that you cannot do something. I cannot lift this weight. I cannot lose this amount of weight. I cannot get a 6-pack. I cannot make this much money per month online. That is a limiting belief. I cannot fix a relationship with my mom. That's a limiting belief. It has a limit, has a cap. You do not believe something beyond that is possible. And these are not good. These are absolutely toxic. I'm on the complete opposite spectrum of limiting beliefs. I believe I can do anything. That is also probably too far. Like, you probably want to come a little bit more in the center, but I believe I can do anything, absolutely anything in the world. I believe I can become the best swimmer in the world if I dedicated my life to it, or the best, maybe not NBA player, but the best piano player or something. I really do believe it. And the reason it's so bad is because when you do not believe you can do something, your brain will actively try to fulfill that belief. It will prevent you from getting past that cap. And I think the vice versa is also true. I believe that if you think you can do something way out there, then your brain will actively try to figure out ways to do it. If you sit and you think about something for a very long time and you put your brain to work, you're going to come up with solutions and ideas as to how you can get to that position. And the opposite is true. If you think that you cannot get past that position, you actively work on ways to not get past, to self-sabotage yourself before you get there. So limiting beliefs are the biggest virus today, like the most toxic thing. I think it's passed down from so many parents, way too many parents. I think 90%, 99% of people in America suffer from this, and they believe that they are not capable. They're capable of so much more than they believe they are. I say this to kids all the time. I look at them and I point and I say, I believe in you more than you believe in yourself, and I barely even know you, because I know what humans are capable of. I know what's possible when you set your mind to it. So you need to identify the limiting beliefs in your life. If you ever say, I can't, usually what follows is a limiting belief, and you want to try to work on that, because the truth is that usually that's not true. You want to look for all of these limiting beliefs in your life, and you want to flip them. You want to say that I can or I will, because honestly, you can figure out how to make $10,000 a month online, and you will figure out how to make $10,000 a month online. You need to hold these need to be tenets in your mind in order for it to be easier and in order for it to work. The work that you dread, the work that is super boring, that is the work that pushes the needle forward. That is the work that's important for online business and for dropshipping. So I want you guys to try changing your perspective on boring work. And when you have a list of things that you have to do and you look at one of them and one of them really, you dread that one and you're like, that one's gonna suck, it's gonna be super boring. I want you to try to change your perspective on it and try to see that as the thing that's going to push the needle the most and the thing that's going to push you the furthest when it comes to your business and get you closest to where you wanna go. And so that you can almost kind of enjoy it when you do it, because you know that this is the worst thing. You're getting through with it, you're finishing it, you're completing it. And if you kind of change your perspective on it, you can kind of start to even enjoy it. Now, another thing I would do is after you have done those boring and long, dreadful tasks, I would reward yourself with something, whatever it is that you enjoy. If it's video games for a certain amount of time, for me, it would be a certain protein bar, a peanut butter protein bar that I love, or it would be like a bite from a crumble cookie or something. I don't know. I would reward myself because I got through something that I didn't want to do, and I want to teach my brain to keep doing that. Now, the next thing is don't lag. Don't lag. So like I said before, everyone is going to fail, but it's important, it's imperative that you do not take forever to recover from your failure. You cannot lay down on the ground for a month before you get back up and try again, because people are going to outrun you. People are going to run laps around you, and they're going to steal all of the money that you could have made for sure. I remember I met someone who was asking me for advice. He recognized me in public, and he was talking to me about his store, and he told me that he was trying dropshipping, and it had taken him 6 months to get a store, and he was almost ready to launch ads. And I was like, brother, it took you 6 months to build a store? Like, I built my store in 1 day. I built it in a few hours when I tried dropshipping, and I had ads launched that day. they didn't work. The next day I had something else different going. Back then, like, I'm going to run laps around you. In 6 months, I'm going to already be making tons and tons of money, and you haven't even launched your ads yet. So this is a little bit of an extreme example, but I'm trying to make a point. The point is, don't lag, don't wait so long. And if you don't have time, which everybody always has more time, delete Instagram, delete Netflix, Hulu, whatever. You'll have a lot more time, I promise you that. But if you don't have time, and you genuinely don't because maybe you have a job and you have kids and you have a mortgage or something like that, then maybe you shouldn't be trying dropshipping, because honestly, you're going to need to invest time into it. Yeah, that's pretty much the point. Just don't lag. Don't be slow. You need to be fast, because people out here are moving fast, and that's who you're competing with. If you're ever making any excuses of any kind as to why you're not doing something, you need to ask yourself, am I lying to myself? And try to figure out why. Like, do I just dread this? Do I just not want to do this? And that's why I'm making an excuse as to why I can't do it. This is all internal stuff. I'm not your therapist. You need to just go, like, get in your mind and figure it out. But yeah, don't lag. And the final thing is accountability. Accountability is very important. You are fully accountable for your success and your failure when it comes to this stuff. You can't really make any excuses. Like, if you're making excuses as to why it's not working, if you're making excuses as to why you can't do something that you should be doing, why you can't complete a task that you're supposed to be completing, you need to, kind of peel back the layers and dig a little bit deeper and try to figure out why you're making that excuse, if it's valid, and if you're actually lying to yourself. Because honestly, the truth is, most of the time, the brain is going to figure out a way to get out of doing something it doesn't want to do, or it's going to figure out a way to cope. Because if you failed, you're going to say that, his parents are rich, or he knows something I don't, or he got lucky, or something. You're going to figure out a way to cope, to alleviate that pain. The pain being, I can't do something that other people can, and I want what these people have, but I cannot do it because of my own incompetence, and that causes me pain. So how do I cope? How do I combat that? You need to figure these things out in your own mind. You need to figure out what they are, because it's unique for each and every individual watching this. But it's very important that you keep yourself accountable and you don't lie to yourself, because if you're just honest with yourself, I think it's going to be a lot easier for you to make progress with yourself and with your online business journey. So that's all I have in this video. This was a little bit longer, but I hope you guys got something out of it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.